Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how to write a business plan and how to make this process a little more fun by using post-it notes or sticky notes to create that plan. So the ideas of this video comes from a book about how to write a business plan from Alex Genedic, which I would recommend to anyone that would like to start a business, because I think that book is really good, have very specific topics on how to write a business plan and have some tips on how to start a business. So for sure I would recommend that you get it. I will link to the book down in the description so you can go ahead and buy your copy. So why write a business plan, right? Today, nobody talks about writing business plans, right? Now, when somebody says something about writing a business plan, they think of this is something boring. Why do we need to do that? Because it might never turn out to be the way you wrote it. And that's totally fine. The problem is that with our culture today, everything is around let's do something, or I have an idea about a business. Let's try it out. Let's see how it goes and let's see if it works. The culture now is try things fast, fail fast until something sticks. And when something sticks, then you found something that works, you have an idea that works, and then run with it. And that's totally fine because it works. I can't say that it doesn't work. It works. But writing a business plan also has some benefits, because when you have an idea, just maybe writing down what you plan to do with that business might render some things ahead of time that you know that it's not going to work. Like, now that I've wrote it down, now that I think about it, this might not work because this does or else, or this is the specific things that you found out in the process that it won't work. So now you can ditch that idea without spending money trying to figure it out if it would work or if we're going to sell something. So that's why I think writing it down in a business plan, it will benefit you. Also, I see the process of writing a business plan like if you were writing a journal. So when I write in my journal, I'm basically taking my thoughts that I have at that point in time, putting it on paper. So what happens in that process is that those things that I had in my head now are on paper, and I'm able to reflect on those things that I wrote because they are no longer in my head. Now I can unload that and then I can start the process of reflecting because now I have a way to read that information. So it's the same thing with a business plan. I can get that idea that I have in my head, put it on paper or put it in an electronic format, and then I can reflect on it. I can give space to my brain to reflect on that idea and see if it actually makes sense. So that's why I think a business plan is something that is useful and it will help you out, it will benefit. So let's go ahead and let's write a business plan. And for this one, we're gonna do something different. I don't like coming and start writing on paper and start with this big Word, a Microsoft Word document of this big paper and start writing. I'm not that kind of person. And it's gonna make things more boring. So what we're gonna try to do is try to do the business plan, but using sticky notes. And let's see how that looks like. So for creating a business plan, we need to keep in mind the different parts of it. So they are an executive summary, a description of the product services that we're going to be providing. We're gonna have a section also where we're gonna talk about what stage the business is in. Then we're gonna talk about what is our target market. Okay. Then we're gonna talk about what is the total market size, what is our revenue model. Then we're gonna talk about our marketing plan, our financials, the forecasting, and how do we plan to grow our team, and what is our competition. So let's go ahead and let's start writing our marketing plan. The first stage of the marketing plan is start creating that executive summary. So let's go ahead here and let's type, let's say summary. Let's put it in here. Perfect. Now let's type what is the second section here, and that is product or service. Perfect. Let's put it in here, and let's type in here another one. And for this one, we're gonna type what stage the business in. So let's put it in here. Perfect. And then let's write another one here, another section where we're gonna talk about what is our target market. Perfect. Now let's talk in here about what is our market size. And then here, what is our marketing plan. Now here, let's do another section where we're gonna talk about our revenue model. Perfect. Now our financial forecasting. Perfect. So what I have here is a section in my board here where I can start putting those sticky notes, and I've already divided this into different stages, the different stages of creating that business plan. So I have here a quick 3-note summary, then I have a summary section, product or service, stage of the market, target market, market size, marketing plan, revenue model, financial forecasting, and competition. So let's start creating that business plan here. Perfect. So the 3-note summary, it's basically a quick business plan, a quick idea that you have. You're gonna reflect that into 3 small sentences or maybe 3 small notes. So let's go through my notes summary here. So let's go to my note summary and let's add a new note here. For this summary, I'm gonna say, for this note, let's say that the product that I'm going to be selling is, let's say, a teacher e-commerce company. So the first thing that I want to describe is what is that business. So what is the product that I'm going to be selling? So let's say product, and I'm going to be selling an e-commerce store for selling t-shirts, about, let's say, trains. This is for people that are fans of trains. So let's go ahead, there you go. Now I have this note in here. Perfect, so that's the product, for example. Now the next sentence is about what is the marketing, how we're going to market this product. So let's say here, for my marketing, I'm going to promote the store using targeted Facebook ads to these customers, and I also promote, let's say, to these customers, and I'm also going to promote this using forums. So let's say promote in online forums dedicated to train hobby fans. There you go. Now my final summary, my final note is going to be about financials. How do I plan to make a profit? So let's go ahead and let's copy this, and let's say what is my financials. So my financials here is going to be, let's say, financials, and for my financials I'm going to say sell t-shirt online for a markup price calculated from the cost to manufacture. So those are my quick financials, and we're gonna buy it and then we're gonna sell it for a markup. That's gonna be my quick summary. So you can see now that in just 4 notes, I took another one for the marketing, but in just 4 notes, I have just described what my business is. So very quickly, now I have an idea, okay? Now, the next step is to actually go through the details of this marketing plan. To get more details about this information, of how we're gonna actually create this business. So for that, I'm gonna go then to my first step. The first actual step in the writing of the business plan is to actually create a summary of what we're going to be selling, what is the actual idea. So the executive summary is just very quickly, it's just something describing what is it that I'm going to be selling and what is my idea. So let's go ahead here and do my summary. Let's just put another note in here, and let's go ahead and put it in here, summary. So summary, and let's say what is it that I'm going. So create an online store to sell t-shirts about trains to people that use toy trains as a hobby. Okay. Also, in my summary here, I'm gonna say that this is an underserved market, as there isn't a specific store just to sell this kind of goods. Perfect. Then I'm gonna add another one here, and I'm gonna say current options don't offer a lot of variety. Perfect. There you go. So now I have my idea of my Edge security software. So that should be enough in there. So now let's go to the product of service section here. This is where we're going to describe our product. So to describe our product, we're going to discuss specifically why our product is different, why people want to buy our product. So let's start with a few notes here. So again, our product is an online store to sell teachers about trains to people that use toy trains as a hobby, but let's say teachers about trains that will, let's say that will have train pictures in them. Let's add another note here, and let's say these train pictures will be unique and will be transformed to cartoon to make them more appealing. Also, let's say that there's no store currently dedicated to selling these types of t-shirts. There you go. So now let's add another one here, and let's say that we will be adding variety every week with new types of pictures. Then also why it's different. So why is our product different? So let's say dedicated online 24/7 store. Also, let's say that currently people struggle. So let's say relatives of these people can also buy gifts to them. And to them, when I say to them, is the hobby train people, like hobby trains. There you go. So that's why I think this is completely different. And I have all of these notes around my product or service. So the next section in our business plan is the stage. Where are we today? This is completely optional. If you already started the business, then you can just explain in what stage you are. Like we are growing right now, or we have this many sales currently, or we have this many people. Or you can just say we haven't started, this is just an idea, which is what I'm going to do. So this store hasn't started. So I'm just gonna say this is just an idea. So let's say this idea is in the conception phase, and I think it is at the moment. So I haven't started anything. So that's the stage. So the next section now is the target market. And the target market is very important. Who are we going to sell our product to? So some things that you should not do in your target market is I want to target everyone. Like it is not possible to target everyone. Everyone is not your market. It's really hard to reach everyone. You need a lot of money to reach a lot of people. So the more specific that you are in your business plan about your target customer, the better. So if you are able to specify a specific niche, a specific set of people, and the qualities of that people, even better, because that will help you out with your marketing plan. So to define that target market or that target person, be in your mind, be sure to specify the psychographics, the demographics, and the geolocation. The demographics are very simple. So age, sex, marital status, education level, income level. So those are the demographics. The psychographics are the hopes, desires, hobbies. So things outside of that person that influence their buying process. And the geolocation is just that, where are they located? So let's go ahead and let's try that with our e-commerce store. So let's go ahead and let's add another node here for my target market. And let's say for my demographics, this would be males in their 30s. It can be also females, some females in their 30s. They are probably middle income. I think that should be enough for my demographics. So now let's go to my psychographics here, and let's say psychographics. And for my psychographics, I'm gonna say, so likes, hobby, trains, toys. So usually had trains when they were young. They like to share their hobby, and they also, let's put another one in here and say that they like to get together in the community. Perfect. So now let's go to our geolocation section and let's put it in here, and let's say geolocation, and let's say here very quickly, we're gonna make this simple. So I'm gonna say maybe USA and Canada. So we're gonna target those two countries. I think we are targeting in as a whole. Okay. So now, what is our market size? Sometimes this can be a little difficult, but there are ways to calculate what's the size of the market. So you can try to find, for example, census information, so you can get more data there. And you can go online and trying to find out communities related to these people and try to size out how many people are there, so you can actually have an estimate. What you should not do is say in your business plan that it is a very big market, a very huge market, that there are millions of people. No, that's not. So it's hard to decide how many people or how big is the train hobby market, but we can try to find out that information. But just to give you an idea of how this will work, you can say, for example, the hobby train market is X amount, X of million dollars. This translates, and then we can say this translates to X amount of people buying every year. And then we can say that we are going to reach 10% of those with our store. So there you go. Now we have an idea of our market size. So now let's go to the marketing plan, the most essential part of our business plan. So here is where we're gonna talk about how we're gonna reach those people. So what are we gonna use? Are we gonna use Facebook ads, Instagram ads, posting online, direct sale, flyers? How are we going to reach customers so they can buy from us? And we shouldn't be generic here, like, oh, we're gonna use Facebook ads and Google ads. No, we have to be very specific on how we plan to get customers for this product. Specifically, what tools, how we're gonna use them. So let's try here for our e-commerce store. And let's say here we're going to use Facebook ads to target, let's say, male and female in their 30s that have an interest in toy trains. So this is very specific. We're going after people that have toy train interest in Facebook. There you go. So that's one. So let's do another idea. Target Lego train fans, which usually are adults. So we can target those. Those are very specific. Maybe using online forums or paid ads. That's one option. And the other one that we can think of. Let's say going to online forums dedicated to hobby train fans. So those are the three that we're going to target. Let's go. So now the next section is to highlight how we're going to make money. What method? So it can be transactions, affiliate marketing, subscriptions, like what type of method are we going to use, okay? For our online store, we're gonna use transactional. So somebody will come to our store and they will just make a purchase of our t-shirt. So let's go, transactional model. People will come to the website and buy a t-shirt. Very simple. So the next section in our plan is to discuss our financials, how we plan to make money from our idea, how we plan to make a profit out of that idea. So it's explaining what are going to be the income and what are going to be the expenses, how much is going to be the profit. So let's go to our plan here and let's go to this and let's say here, let's talk about our expenses, and this would be, let's say, Fi store that costs $29 per month. Okay, and then what else? And let's say our Facebook ads, let's say it costs $50 per month. And of course we have to pay our Printify, which is the store, to print out the t-shirts. So let's say we're going to pay them $12 per t-shirt. Perfect. So now let's define what are our income. So income will be t-shirt sales, and let's say that we're going to sell at, I don't know, let's say put 39 per t-shirt. 39 per t-shirt, and let's say now that we probably plan to make 200 per month at the start at least. So that means that if we are going to make 200 per month, then it means that we're gonna have a profit of 29 per month at the start, right? This is just an idea because we really don't know what's gonna happen. There you go. So now the next section is forecasting. Forecasting means how much money are we plan to do, how much sales are we plan to do. If you have your business going for some time, then you have an idea of the forecasting. But if you're just starting out, you maybe don't have an idea. But so this section is optional. I always say that don't dwell on it a lot. It's very hard to forecast things. Like you don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow, then how are you going to know what's going to happen in the next 3 months. But you can just plan something out and you can say, well, you know what, in 3 months we plan to make 200 per month, which is what we're saying there here. And then we're gonna do another one and say in 6 months we plan to double that to 400 per month. And then by the end of the year we plan to, in 12 months we plan to make, let's say, 1,000 per month. This is just at least goals, things that we want to plan out. So perfect. So now the last section is the competition. And in here, you're gonna define who is your competition. Who are the actual people that are out there already doing what you're doing. Don't do the mistake of saying that you don't have competition. It's not true. Everyone has competition. If you think that you don't have competition, then that's something really bad, because maybe there's no competition because there's no market. Nobody wants to buy that product. So that's why there's no competition. If you're going into a market and you find no competitors, be scared. Maybe something is wrong. So let's go and say what is our competition for our t-shirt store. So let's say, so we have identified as our competition. Let's say I've seen some Etsy. I've also seen some t-shirts in Amazon. I think I've also seen some in eBay. So those are some of that competition. Perfect, there you go. So now we're done. Our business plan is done. So you can see, like, we already did this using sticky notes. For me, it helps a lot to have it this way, because then I can just change it around. edit it or just move post-it around from one place to another. So you can see like it's very simple. It's not that boring. You're just sticking notes into a board. You can even do this in your blackboard, in your wall, in your room, and just start sticking things around and to create that business plan. If you wanted to, you can translate this into Microsoft Word if you need to actually present it to investors. But for me, doing it in sticky notes, it really helps. It's really easy. You can see like in less than a few minutes we did this whole process. Hope you like it. If you are still not a subscriber of our channel, be sure to click the subscribe button and the bell button so you can get notifications. Thank you.